Hi everybody, Bandicoot Commando here, and welcome back to Marvel Rivals. Last time, I read Daredevil's lore story, The Long Road Back. Basically, Matt recaps to Spider-Man his adventure on how he got here, how he, during his little war with the ninja clan, the Hand, and how he has lost many of his friends and allies. Matt thought that if he could confront the source of the problem, that is, the demon hell lord known as the Beast, he believes that if he got rid of the Beast, it would probably solve everything. But in actuality, it made things a lot worse because it created a power vacuum in that region in hell that many other demons struggle to fight for that new open position of Hell Lord, and this escalated and made things worse in the timeline because it's already being torn apart by many gods and demons, and Matt essentially made it worse. However, he did rescue Yinglong, a spirit, an immortal weapon of the Eighth City. Yinglong not only told him to, took him to the Eighth City to become its immortal weapon and new ruler, but he also told him that if Matt is to get the Sword of Fushi and release the God of War underneath, Chiyu, Chiyu would be able to end all the conflict. Although both Matt and Peter know that there might be a catch to it and they're not entirely sure. And the story just ends there where Matt hopes that he can not only save Peter, because he already lost his world's version, but perhaps himself. So today, we're actually going to read the gallery of season 4 here because I just recently unlocked the last page here, and this is really all they have for season 4. There are no additional pages, which surprises me because season 2 and 3 had like additional they had additional pages to unlock, but I I I'm just flabbergasted is all. But here we go. This probably won't take me too long. Heart of the Dragon. Let the sleeping dragon lie. Startup screen for season. Download. Uh-oh. I probably should have not pressed that. Oh, okay. Nice. I have been known by many names across the eons, but most of them cannot be pronounced by human tongues. In the days since mortals first arrived here in the sacred city of Kunlun, one of the great capital cities of heaven, I have been called Sholau, the Undying. Countless legends have been written about me, the dragon whose heart burns with unfathomable power. For over 1,000,000 years, I have shared that power with noble champions who have provided themselves worthy. My immortal weapons, my iron fist. They have fought to protect Kunlun from anyone who would dare harm it. But now, a new threat has arisen, unlike any other I have seen, and for the first time I can recall, I fear for my city and my people. It all began when all space and time became fractured by the meddling of mortals. As a result, all 7 of the capital cities materialized in the same plane of reality, an alignment that is only supposed to occur every 88 years, and formed the heart of heaven. Normally, this would be a time for celebration and sport, but instead, we found ourselves caught in the midst of war between gods and demons. The heart of heaven was in dire need of protection, but I could offer none. The same events that sent the time stream spiraling into chaos had an unexpected effect on me. I became frozen in time, as if caught in a deep slumber, and while I could sense all that was happening around me, it was as if I was in a waking dream. Sadly, that dream would soon become a nightmare. Since my Iron Fist had ventured away from Kunlun to protect other realms in peril, one of the mortals responsible for this madness, a man known as Doom, seized the opportunity to invade this blessed place. His intent was clear. He coveted my heart, the very source of my power, the wellspring of chi that I have shared with every Iron Fist. But as Time Stream froze me in place, it struck my heart as well, fusing with the new energy born of this so-called entanglement. For what purpose does he seek this great power? I cannot say. It could be that he wishes to use its restorative power to mend his scarred visage, or perhaps to purify the soul of one that he loved and lost. Whatever the case, he must be stopped. Yet I can do nothing but watch as he advances toward my lair. Thankfully, my Iron Fist has returned to the heart of heaven, and he has brought many allies with him. But there is a secret that Lin Lei has hidden from his companions, one that could very well spell the end of Kunlun, and perhaps all of reality, if it is revealed. Unlike the Iron Fist before him, Lin Lei did not truly earn his legendary power. He was given it, and what was given can always be taken away. This is true in the comics. Lin did not really earn the title of Iron Fist. Shou-Lao just gave it to him to save his life, and he hoped that no one would question the legitimacy of the title, but as we've seen from the lore stories, that is not the case. Next image here, the main menu image. Yinglong, and then I forgot the name of the tiger that Angela represents, and then Shou-Lao. Angel and Devil. I've waited a long time to finally get an audience with you, Shou-Lao. The least you could do is awaken from your slumber and acknowledge my presence. The man, now known as Dizong, paused for what seemed like an eternity, but there was no response from the ancient dragon in front of him. Dizong couldn't even hear Shou-Lao breathing. It was as if the giant creature had been frozen in time. Fine, Dizong relented. If you won't speak, I'll at least make sure you listen to everything I have to say. I'm sure you are well aware that the capital cities of heaven have converged long before they were supposed to. But what you fail to recognize is that there are more than 7 of them. I represent the 8th city, a realm that has long been excluded from your assembly of favored nations. For ages, you treated my realm as nothing more than a prison for criminals and monsters, the very worst the capital cities had to offer. But in the time since I arrived, I have worked hard to change that. What was once a lawless underworld is now a refuge for those who have been displaced by the war raging beyond your walls. These people had nowhere else to go, but they are here now, and you can't ignore them any longer. They deserve representation, and I'm more than willing to fight for it. You know nothing of fighting, a woman said from behind Dizong. Not until you have crossed blades with elder gods on the edge of oblivion and lived to tell the tale. Dizong turned to face this new visitor to Shou-Lao's palace, a red-haired warrior with golden armor and a massive spear. I recognize your heartbeat, Dizong said. You're Asgardian. Born of the gods, perhaps, she said. But I was raised by angels. Angels? Dizong replied with a smirk. I lost faith in those a long time ago. Then I will make you believe again, the warrior woman said, raising her spear and leaping towards Dizong. So swears Angela, the hand of heaven! Despite Angela's swift attack, Dizong leapt out of the way effortlessly, avoiding any contact whatsoever. I've been to hell and back, Dizong said, slayed my share of beasts, faced enough devils, and you're destined to become one yourself. But if that's what I need to be to protect my people, I'm okay with it. I know exactly what you are, Angela said, her eyes burning with rage. Only a devil would offer sanctuary to a witch like Hela. Everyone deserves a second chance, Dizong replied. That includes all of us. You, me, Lausa. What do you know of my sister? Angela gasped, shocked by the name the man in front of her just uttered. I know she's safe, Dizong said, and that you'll be reunited soon. But only if we survive the battles to come. And to do that, an angel may have to make a deal with a devil. If she dares. Well, we can just see how gun-ho Angela is when it just not wanting to fight. What is the problem with Asgardians and gods? Just not wanting to listen. Page 3 here. The Lies of Linley. Wait a minute. There we go. Get a better image of it. Wait, so oh no, he removed the headband. I thought he somehow extracted the chi. A passage from the Book of Doom. I came to the fabled city of Kunlun with one goal in mind, to gather a unique form of chronovium, infused with powerful chi energy, native to this realm. When my efforts led me to the undying dragon, Sholau, the source of the ancient power stored within the crystals, I vowed to claim every last drop of chi flowing through the slumbering beast's heart in the name of Doom. It is a rare occasion when I must abandon one of my master plans. But when Sholau was unexpectedly awakened by a group of meddlesome heroes, I was forced to reconsider my approach. Make no mistake, a cobbled team of heroes and a furious dragon, even together, would still be no match for Doom. But to defeat them all, how much time would I waste? How much risk would I take? Compared to slaying a sleeping dragon that cannot fight back, a direct assault is simply not worth it. Luckily, one as brilliant as Victor Von Doom is never without a backup plan. Sholau's chi would still be mine, and I would claim it legitimately, unlike the dragon's current champion. You see, as a devout student of the mystic arts, I am well aware of how one becomes the immortal weapon of Kunlun. One must complete the Shenlong trial, defeating Sholau in combat by plunging their fist into his heart. Only then they can claim the power of his chi and the title of Iron Fist. But it seems as if someone did not bother to follow the rules. Whispers had told me of how Linley, Sholau's current chosen one, never took part in any trial. Instead, he was gifted the dragon's power when he was injured beyond repair, and the beast took pity on him. It was a secret that neither Linley nor Sholau wanted the world to know, and one that I would use to my advantage. As I descended slowly before the assembled crowd, both the wary heroes and Sholau himself were clearly poised for battle, yet Doom had no intention of engaging in such crude combat. At least, not yet. Instead, I challenged Sholau to a proper trial, citing the fact that Linley's claim to the Iron Fist was illegitimate. According to the traditions of Kunlun, The warrior who would become the true 67th Iron Fist was still undetermined. I already knew that the title would belong to Doom, so I demanded the chance to prove my worth. Alas, Shou-Lao had other plans. He invoked a law from the Book of the Iron Fist, one so ancient that even I, who have studied countless magical tomes, had never heard of it. This law states that if a challenge to the title of an immortal weapon is raised when the capital cities of heaven have converged, each city is allowed the chance to claim that power by participating in an epic tournament. And since the accursed time stream entanglement had fused the 7 mythical realms into the heart of heaven, all immortal weapons were now eligible to vie for Shou-Lao's mighty chi. I had no choice but to accept Shou-Lao's terms and to prepare for the tournament at hand. I had had faith that Doom would be able to win against any foes, immortal or otherwise. However, if the dragon was able to send in a champion to fight in his name, perhaps it would be wise for me to do the same. That's how we get tangled up with Loki's lore story, which I'm pretty sure this will explain. All new immortal weapons. So I have a feeling we're going to get at least 1 or 2 skins. Yeah, we need to get a Wolverine skin. We got Storm. Groot doesn't seem to have one. And this is... Shoot, who was this one again? I'm drawing a blank on who this is for some reason. Why? You're wielding weapons I should recognize. Let's just read. Hey there, rivals. It's your girl Galactica with a major announcement. Okay. Someone, I'm looking at you, Doom, decided it would be a good idea to challenge Shou-Lao to a fight for his chi. And now, thanks to some ancient bylaws in the Book of the Iron Fist, it means that every immortal weapon can get in on the action. But here's the wildest part. Most of the real immortal weapons were lost in the time stream when the Heart of Heaven formed, so each of the capital cities of heaven had to select a new champion to enter the tournament. The immortal beast from each city surveyed our heroes and chose the ones whose spirit resonated with them the most. And boy, did they make some unexpected picks. Well, maybe not all of them are unexpected. Shou-Lao is obviously sending in his current Iron Fist, the martial arts master Lin Lei. The Kunlun kid looks ready for all-out action, but he's got a lot to prove. Rumor has it, he might not have actually earned his fancy fist fair and square. Next up, Zigambo picked Storm to fight in their honor. Guess some of their sister tribes back on Earth must have had good things to say about their beloved weather goddess. Let's see if this Queen of Orphans makes Jaycee, I sure hope I'm saying that right, Zangambo's ematic black unicorn lion proud. Standing in for the tiger's beautiful daughter is a relative newcomer, Odin's estranged daughter Angela. Can the Hand of Heaven channel all of her rage in the name of Tiger Island? I've got a feeling the answer is a resounding aye. Want to know who Jing Lao, the revered 9-headed black tortoise, chose to represent the lush island of Penglai? Li? Again, I hope I can say these right. I've got just 3 words for you kids. He is Groot. Let's see. Sorry, I had to spit some hair out of me. The Kingdom of Spiders had a lot of candidates to choose from, but they passed on our pals Peter and Penny to go with a woman nearly as lethal as their former champion, Bride of 9 Spiders. That's right, gang. Make way for the Black Widow. Looks like Hoodoo, the creepy canine controlling the Undercity, is betting on our favorite feral fighter, Wolverine. Will Logan be able to claw his way to victory to earn and his place as the new Dog Brother X? Only time will tell. And finally, stealing Kun Zi's rightful spot in the tournament. It's the man who challenged Shou-Lao in the first place. He's the maniacal Metal Clan monarch behind all this madness. You love to hate him. He's Loki? Wait, something's not right here. Gotta check my roster. I thought it was supposed to be... Whoa, hold on. We've got another competitor. From the 8th City, the protector of refugees and lost souls has thrown his hat in the ring. In the service of Yinglong, the Black Dragon, we've got an unexpected new fighter. Folks here know him as Dizang, but you can call him Daredevil. Things just got a lot more interesting, rivals. I can't wait to see what happens next. Why am I still drawing a blank on you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's all 8. She went over all of them except for you. Why can I not determine you? It's not Psylocke. I should know because we did that event at the beginning where it went over all the immortal weapons and who they chose. And I just can't, for some reason, place a face on this one. It's just bugging the hell out of me. Alright, here we have the next one. Inner Devil. I'm pretty sure this one's going to teach us more that we need to know. I could feel their shock when I stepped into the Shenlong Arena to announce my participation in the upcoming tournament. Oh yeah, title, Inner Devil. They'd likely heard the stories of Dizang, but they had no idea who the man behind the mask was. I'm sure they wondered how a guy like me went from patrolling the streets of New York to overseeing an ancient city of refugees and outcasts. But quite honestly, it wasn't too far of a leap. As Matt Murdock, I spent my days protecting people who had no way to protect themselves. That devotion of the downtrodden carried over into my double life as Daredevil. So even as the endless war between gods and demons devoured my life and all those I held dear, my focus was on making sure that no innocents got caught in the crossfire. But the safety of my people came at a steep price, a piece of my soul. To save lives, I had to make a deal with the Hand first. I had battled with the ancient ninja clan many times before, but now there was no deal to be had, only final judgment. There was once a time that I had let their demon lord, the Beast, control me as his fist, when my guilt took over me. But I had a new mission now, to prevent the few pieces left of the world I knew from being devoured. I would descend into hell and claim his life for myself. One more sin to add to the many I have incurred. I took down each warrior, dismantled each hideaway, one by one. The depth of lies and betrayals continued to grow, all for the greater good. With each descending step, those who trusted me could no longer continue down my road of self-sacrifice. By the end of my journey, I had sacrificed nearly everything to finally succeed, my own life least valuable among them. But it was beyond the gates of hell, when my mission was complete, alone with the head of the beast in my hands, that I sank to my knees. The laughter of demons echoed in my ears as they cackled at my completed mission, for the beast was just one among innumerable dark warlords in this world. I listened to the gnashing of endless teeth across the splintered realms, to the terrified screams of divine beings from across pantheons known and unknown, to the final gasp of the fallen tossed into what they called the God Quarry. It was there that I realized that my faith had lost its meaning and that my sins had amounted to nothing. But it was at my lowest that salvation found me. When I vanquished the beast, a captive spirit named Yinglong was set free. This immortal dragon offered a deal. He would help me absorb the beast's power if I would become his new champion, helping to restore his home, the Eighth City, to its proper place in the heart of heaven. It was the definition of necessary evil, and it was a burden that only I could be trusted to bear. That's how I became Dizong, a champion devoted to saving other lost souls. My people may have called me something new, but the horns still fit just the same. Yinglong told me that together we can end the war raging beyond the walls of these cities. So while my fellow heroes are busy battling for Sholao's chi, I have a different prize in mind: the sword of Fushi. According to Yinglong, it's the only weapon capable of breaking the seal on the tomb of his master, Qiyu, an ancient god capable of restoring balance to the universe. But there's a catch. As always, the sword was broken, and its fragments were absorbed into the arms of Linlei, the current Iron Fist. Based on our encounters so far, I can tell he's a noble warrior, but I have a feeling he's not going to sacrifice his sacred weapon willingly, which means I'm going to have to take it the hard way. I don't have any desire to harm the protector of Kunlun. I remember Danny, but if we don't end this war soon, so many more will suffer. Not just seasoned warriors like us, but innocent children like little Lausa. I can't allow that. And I also can't sit back and let more sinister forces twist this chaos to their advantage, as Hela did before she arrived in my city. Throughout my life, I've always fought for the greater good at any cost. And as long as there's still some good left in this world, I'm not planning to let anyone stop me now. Alright, well, we got more details on that and some better explanation. Now, this page. I just recently earned this page. Dearest Sholao. Well, I don't want to read this exactly, so... Wait. Hold on, this will be interesting. Raising the stakes. Okay, yeah, the whole image is the note here. Dearest Sholao, I felt impelled to send you a message to express my deepest gratitude for delaying the upcoming Shenlong tournament. Although you and I have rarely interacted over the many eons that we have existed, I have always kept a close eye on your sacred city. In fact, I am proud to say that I have placed wagers on all 66 of the Iron Fists who have partaken in the trial by combat to earn your legendary power. Not only did I earn quite a handsome sum when they succeeded, I also found myself thoroughly entertained by each of the events as they unfolded. You and the people of Kunlun certainly do know how to put on a good show. Needless to say, I couldn't have been more thrilled to have learned that you would be hosting an even grander tournament in the heart of heaven, bringing together 8 fabled realms in an all-out brawl for ultimate power. But due to some recent unfortunate events that took place at a menagerie belonging to my fellow Elder of the Universe, the Collector, my schedule is unfortunately occupied for the time being. Because of this, I found myself deeply concerned that I would not be able to attend your contest. In addition, I also happen to have a little game of my own on the horizon, and I was worried that the player I had selected as my champion might not be able to participate due to injuries sustained during your trial. Thankfully, however, it seems that the stars have aligned in everyone's favor. I do hope that you will save me a seat in your arena when the time finally comes for battle. As an advance token of my appreciation, I have sent along a playing card that I won in a game against Mephisto himself. From what I can tell, I believe it contains a stolen fragment of your own chi. I considered keeping it as a trophy, but I felt it would be better off back with you, where it belongs. Perhaps one day, when the time comes to cash in all of our chips, you will be so kind as to return the favor. Until we meet in the arena, Indwaigast, also known as the Grandmaster. As P.S., as one who has hosted many tournaments in my day, I do hope that you have plans to keep these heroes in line, should they decide to deviate from the rules. They have a tendency to do so, I've found. And if you play your cards right, and they don't drain every last bit of your life force, I may make an appearance at your next tournament myself. So, this is interesting. So, this is supposedly the playing card that Mephisto had that had a bit of chi with it of Shou-Lao. I have some feeling Doom is going to end up stealing it, but this means we already have our hint to what Season 5 is going to be. It's going to no doubtably be about the Elders of the Universe, the Collector, the Grandmaster, and the others. So it seems that storyline with Mantis and Jeff and Psylocke is finally going to get looked into, which is pretty neat. Been waiting for them to finally get to that. Well, alrighty then, that will do for this episode of Marvel Rivals. Oh, you can change the background if you want. That's neat. So the Hellfire Gala, the Eternal Night Falls, and Doom's Rise. Oh, hold on. So you can change it into the home, the login. Oh, it's giving you a preview of how it is. Okay, that's pretty neat that you can go back through all of them. Oh, it's in customize. That's why. Okay. Alrighty then. That will do for this episode of Marvel Rivals. So because I did this a lot earlier than I expected, the only other thing I can think of would be the what are the words? Oh, the upcoming mystery mode. So, give me a sec, though. Let me take a quick peek at the timing of things. Where's that image? There it is. Okay, so... that's not till the 24th. And I know this is going up, like... it'll be going up on the week that it will be coming out. Okay, well, looks like I'm gonna have to... okay, well, this will be really interesting. Yeah, I think I know what I can do. Join me next time as I try to show off the mystery mode. Again, of course, unless more lore stories with the heroes gets added in the game, which I highly doubt, I'll be sure to read them. Otherwise, once we get through this mystery mode, that's it. Oh, before I end it, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters at captain rank. And only several more to go to get them there. I'll get there eventually. I'll get all of these characters at Lord rank one day. Anyway, yeah, that is it. and I will see you guys next time. Hey, a small little thing I want to rectify, everyone. I was looking at the image and I was being bugged so much by, like, who is the white tiger person supposed to be? And after looking up on the Marvel Rivals wiki on the event again, it's actually Angela. It's stupid because it's just that, you know, you're so used to seeing Angela how she is: tall, muscular, wearing golden armor, and having long red hair, and yet here she is not matching any of that description. And then you have Lynn next to her, who is wearing armor that looks almost similar to hers. So I actually was mistaking Lynn for Angela because I completely forgot that these are Skins character changes. Although it's weird that only Black Widow doesn't seem to have any apparent changes on her, or Groot. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. So any of you in the comments are being like, "No, that's Angela," and whatever. It's like, okay, I probably would have known that sooner if had I not decided to do this. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Cue the ending.